Greetings, Captains, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, Orion Pirates Plus Mod. I am Fleet Admiral Tarek of the destroyer USS Paris, as we currently sit in dock, kind of hoping that a new ship will come up. I haven't actually been sitting in dock. I've just restarted the game in order to record the episode. But, hey, maybe we'll get lucky and we'll run into something cool and interesting in the star dock. We have 4,818 prestige. That really kind of is, I'm pretty sure, right on the border of being able to afford an X-type cruiser, should one show up. Unfortunately, I'm seeing a lot of X-type battle stations, a lot of X-type frigates, and a couple of X-type destroyers, but I'm just not seeing an X-type heavy cruiser. So I think we're just going to have to suck it up, get our ship repaired to the 169 damage it took when we took a plasma torpedo to the face, and kick out on another mission, do a little bit more operations, and then come back and see what happens. So as we pop back in here, there is a mission that pops up, a shipyard assault, which is not something we're very good at. I mean, us personally, we're fine with it, but the ship is not quite designed for that sort of operation, especially all alone against a frigate and a heavy cruiser. Okay, this ought to be interesting. Wasn't quite expecting this one, so let's quickly come in here and try and set things up properly. We're going to go and immediately begin a Wild Weasel prep. The frigate hopefully is ignorable. I'm really hoping he's just... Ooh, FLG. That might be it. If this is the ship that I'm thinking of, he's only going to have like 4 phasers, and we can basically ignore him for most of the battle. You, on the other hand, are an FHMX, which I'm not positive on, but we will send our probe your way. 80% positive he is just an FLG, which is just a phaser boat only. Let's quickly check the Marines, see if we want to steal him. How will we do? 12. Oh, and a third ship. Oh, no, that's just the shipyard. Hopefully these are Lyran Stardecks. I am seeing the L, which makes me think that, but I could be wrong. We've got 2 Rs and 4 Ds. So luckily we don't have any missiles anyway, so we might be able to get away with this. Let's quickly come over here, kick on the electronic countermeasure, because we're going to need it. And we're also going to see if I can't sap away 1 point over here. If he goes all the way to 6, we're not going to be able to get away with this, but hopefully not. So reinforce the forward shield as best as we can. FLG coming on in here as, I don't want to say as quickly as he can, because he's really not. But if I come towards you and find out that you've got nothing, it may be worth it just to gun you down. Just like immediately and right off the... Yep, you are exactly what I thought you were. Excellent. Prep another Wild Weasel. We're going right in for him. We're going to hit him with everything we've got. I'm going to ignore the... I guess it's a Firehawk. I'm pretty sure it's a Firehawk. Could be wrong. Don't really care. We're going to come in here and lay in with all the heavy weapons. Doing a good job right on there. His speed is still too high, though. I was really hoping that I would get some big piece off of him and really crunch him down a bit. Doesn't look like that turned out to be the case. Phasers, however, do look to be on a quick load because they were not set to overload properly and thus are cycling through very, very quickly. However, this next shot will be on overload. I don't think it's going to do the kind of damage that I really kind of need it to do before he shows up here because he's only at a distance of 24. Show me that side, and there we go. Okay, we got him. Alrighty. Took a little bit of damage to our forward shields, but we're relatively good now. So let's just come in here and get out away from our current enemy. And we're going to set up the whole standard rope-a-dope, I guess. How would you describe that? Flowing in and out, a momentum gate? Not really sure. It's sort of like Starship Judo, a little bit. And yeah, he's really picking up the speed now, so we're going to have to do the same, which means we're not going to be able to charge things quite as well, but I'm going to go all the way up to maximum power. His speed is increasing. He's going for 31, guaranteed. He's at 30, and he's increasing to 31. And there he is. Meanwhile, we are just now making 31. And now we're up there. Okay. We're putting all of our additional defenses going onto our stern shield. That way we can hopefully survive a little bit of incoming firepower, but it doesn't look like we have any actual power. There we go. Barely a little bit. One of the photon torpedoes charged. And so now we've got some power to dump into that. Currently sitting on an attack shift of 1. So pretty cool. I'm going to dump this down to about a 1. Because if he isn't going to do it, then I'm not going to bother fighting him on it. That gives us a lot more power into that. I want to turn and fight him. Unfortunately, 1, photon torpedoes aren't ready, and 2, he's also doing 31, which means it's going to be very difficult. Let's open up the map. We're going right to the edge. I don't intend to leave. Not yet. Set to proximity mode. And I really want to wait just a little bit longer before I turn on in until these additional heavy weapons are fully prepped. Because the siege group is actually a pretty powerful group of weapons. And turn now. By the time we get the full turn going on, we should have a system ready to go. Photon torpedoes are on proximity. Excellent. So we will get a couple of shots in from there. Oh, if we have the angle, which I don't think we do. No, especially not with that turn that he's trying to pull on us. We're going to have the high energy turn if we want to make this work. Oh, there's his plasma torpedo. So we're going to just set course directly away from him because after this, then we can go right in on him. because these plasma torpedoes, it's the only one he's got. He's only got two, as you can see. He's got two R-type plasma torpedoes, which really long range, really powerful. But other than that, he's rocking 5, 6, 7 phaser 1s, which is not amazing. I mean, we're currently sitting at 8 phaser X's. In a forward arc, we actually outgun him, because I'm fairly certain these two are phaser 3s in the back. Yeah, we've burned down his torpedo, so I'm going to go right in for him. Going to adjust the shield to the forward setting, and you know what? I'm going to make sure this happens. Photon torpedoes, set them to normal mode. We are going to get in for the tight crunch. So I do want to make sure I can get the angle going. Forward shield is now fully buffed, full on. We have no defense, so fire on into him. Managed to completely knife through that, and then come through with a wonderful follow-up. Completely ripped through the front and the rear on that ship. Excellent pass right there. Heavy phasers, heavy photon torpedoes, and even the normal phasers on overload just really managed to rip him open. And we got good data on him too. So both of his plasma torpedoes were shocked a little bit, but they're still intact. Though those are not down at all. And in fact, we're going to turn in to try and get another phaser pass going in on him. We do still have our entire phaser complement once again reloaded, ready to rock. Not quite have enough energy, but that's going to be resolved very shortly. We're going to rely heavily on our phaser complement. I think we've got one more pass in us. Fairly certain he won't have the plasma torpedoes up by then. If he does, we do have the emergency, oh crap, dump the Wild Weasel, but I'm going to hope for it. And point blank range. Right on into him, stun the systems. Yeah, this is our last pass on out. And just chunk down that shield so he's open for our continuing engagement. Alright, so one of his plasma torpedoes is charging up slowly, but he's down to a speed of 10. So we really picked up a nice little advantage going on there. I'm going to extend the range out once again. Geez, are these phasers just charging super fast, or... I always get a little bit confused on these phaser X's, because it does really feel like they're charging faster than they should be. So we're going to come directly away from him once... Actually, he's slowed down, so I'm going to slow down a little bit. We'll take an opportunity just to sort of get more power into the phaser capacitor, which means we'll be able to charge up our heavy weapons a little bit sooner. That'll put us back in a position to siege him once again. And if those are Lyran Stardocks, which I think they are, we should be able to take him. Hopefully. So we were able to basically knock out his escort in 2 passes. We've really badly mauled him. I mean, he's only doing a speed of 18.5, which is not fantastic. Let's go maximum speed of time. Also, give me a view of the mo. Turn. Don't go off this map. Oh, we're winning. I don't want to lose. We are winning this match very, very handily. Photon torpedoes, select. I don't want to get that close. Proximity, if you've got it. Send it right on into him, but we did miss. No joy on that shot. Let's pick up the speed, just in case. Because if he does launch plasma torpedoes on us, which we should be on the wrong side for him to do, I want to be able to get away quickly. Siege group set up. Actually, siege group, yeah, proximities. Siege group set up. Let's see if we can't get a decent range shot in here. We're relatively close, so give me the photon torpedo angle. Again, 2 photon torpedoes missed. They really shouldn't have missed that either. I want to get in close. I want to get in close because I think I've got a good opportunity to deal some damage to him. Let's charge up a counter tractor. So, repel, engage. Unless that plasma torpedo is ready to go, which I'm really hoping it's not. Phasers, open them up. So, yeah, that plasma torpedo is down. So we just got to stay away from the starboard side of the ship. It's not destroyed, it's just not active right now. He hasn't had the time or energy to charge it. He really must be suffering on that. And if we can stay here, that's the danger. Full power and turn away. Because now we're in that arc of this plasma torpedo because it's huge. So if we go directly away, we may actually bait the shot. And if we bait the shot well enough, he won't be able to do anything to us. Phaser capacitor, once again charging. Let's get away from the edge of that map. We do, of course, want to actually win this mission, because I think we've got this mission. I feel relatively confident we've got this, not in the bag, but we've got it won. Because at the end of the day, he's lost so much energy. He's down to a 16.5, sprinting at full speed, whereas we're sitting pretty. We're at full power. So full power, no damage has gotten through the shield. Yeah, the stern shield's not doing amazingly right now, but it's still in pretty good shape. And we'll probably have the entire siege group ready to fire just as soon as we come within range of 20. And I want to get within our range of 20 because that'll give us high accuracy. Not shooting into an attack ship right now, so this should be greater than 50% accuracy as we come through. And 19, fire. 2 good hits, making up for the last round. So we've managed to get 20 damage off on that one. So 4 damage from the 2 shots from the heavy phaser. Decent hitting right there. We do need to remember that the starboard side plasma torpedo is the active one, so actually I'm going to see if I can push in a little bit. See if I can't... Oh, nope. Wow, they're just full 180-degree turns. So let's just set course away from him. Send a probe. Find out exactly what it is we're going on here. Both of them are down. Okay, we're turning in. We're going to drag this plasma torpedo out just a little bit, and then we're going to go right in on him. Going to try and hit him at close range with all our weapons. Set our photon torpedoes to normal mode. And as we come in, we shouldn't have any real difficulty here. Because that was his one shot. I mean, he used it. And now he's down to a speed of 8. So now we can really be aggressive on this one. We've managed to knock out 4 of his phasers. He's even... Wow, he's less well endowed than I thought he was. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 phaser 3s and 3 phaser X's. We bully him in close range combat. Holy crap. We should be ready with a full-on crunching blast in this next pass. So just get within close range. Tore him apart. Excellent work. Maximize speed time. I need to turn so that I am facing this way. Because this will be the direction that the Star Ducks are in. We basically fought all the way back. So that turned out really well. Managed to knock out the defenses all pretty decently. I'm fairly certain that these are going to be Lyran Star Ducks, and if they are, then they can't really defend against us. There they are. Send a probe. Find out exactly. And if you don't got missile launchers, we're in a good spot. Yep, they're Lyran Star Ducks. We're just going to sit at a range of 3 and blink away. That's how this is going to work. Well, maybe a little. We'll set it like just under 5. Because that'll give us greatest accuracy with our heavy weapons. Not greatest, but decent enough accuracy with our heavy weapons. Our phasers should deal a decent amount of damage. And we'll be outside of range of his expanding sphere generator. So show me. Yep, we are buffing the forward shield. Let's start to slow down. If needs be, we can just hit the crash stop because at the end of the day, well, we are so incredibly nimble and maneuverable that a crash stop will stop this ship. So get me within range right there. All stop. Thank you. All up and select. Open them up. Managed to miss with both of the photon torpedoes because we're not charging our countermeasure system. So let's just go full chase on this one. Knock that down. I will knock down every single one of your shields. Don't think that I can't. And we're just going to get 3 shots in through. Well, we're doing it. Our accuracy is maximum. Just continuing to crunch away. Every single time he brings up a new shield, we just knock it out. So the phaser capacitor literally can't keep up with firing these phasers on overload, which it should be able to. So these phasers are definitely firing faster than once per turn. So I'm not sure why that's happening. There we go. That's the first one destroyed. Next target. Come on over here. See, the interesting part of the mission has already happened. We have successfully dueled and just completely annihilated a fast Hawk cruiser. So, great job for us. But now we just got to sit here and slowly siege out a couple of Star Docks because at the end of the day, we don't have a ton of weapons on board. Slow down once again. Ooh, you have a very powerful forward shield. Should I respect that all that much? Not really. I'll stop. Weapons select. Still managing to miss with a photon torpedo from a range of this close. That's pretty impressive, and by impressive I mean slightly annoying. Shields are down once again, waiting for the weapons to cycle, but again, they're firing faster than we can actually shoot. That's crazy. It might be a visual glitch, but I don't think it is. Because we are just knocking them to pieces. But yeah, that Hawk Heavy Cruiser was a lot less dangerous than I thought it was, because I thought that those forward phaser mounts were actually phaser X's, and they weren't. They were just bog standard phaser 3s, which is laughable. On a ship that big, you have 6 phaser 3s and 3 phaser X's? I mean, that's nothing. That's so little close-in defensive firepower that it's almost a crying shame of whoever designed that. Now, I get why they did it. They just wanted to haul a whole bunch of R-type plasma torpedoes. That's very much the Romulan philosophy for the early era ships, because it's basically just cram in the biggest plasma torpedo you can and go kill things, because they're supposed to use their cloaking. But the Generation 3 ships, the Firehawks and that sort of thing, they're supposed to be a little bit better than that. So if those Phaser 3s had been swapped for Phaser X's, I would have understood that a lot better. But as it was, really, it was outgunned by a decent number of light cruisers, and that's kind of sad. Sure, I get the fast cruiser model is supposed to be, you know, a heavy cruiser sans some heavy weapons, but still, that was not Not a well-designed ship, in my opinion. But then again, I am flying an Aquila Mark III, which is an offshoot of the design, which is perhaps the worst destroyer ever designed in the entire game. Not that I don't love the Saladin, but come on, the Saladin was a poorly thought-of concept. Oh, no, he got the shields up in time. I wasn't able to just continually blast it down before he could stop me. There we go. We'll just keep the continual fire going on to make sure every single time we get a phaser ready to go, we will fire everything. How did you miss? You must not be powering the electronic countermeasure system, because I should have you set to 6, and it's just not staying there. Going at a speed of 0, we should be able to charge our weapon system. Are these at overload? No, they're not. Just for some weird reason, we're just not able to keep our phasers and all weapon systems at full power. There we go. The shipyards are no more. A single destroyer just came in to the orbit of Romulus and destroyed their shipyards. Yeah, we feel just a little bit badass, not gonna lie. Alrighty then, 450 prestige is our reward, and more knocking down on the Empire defense. We'll stop at a planet. Why? They have a shipyard, and we're at 5,000 prestige. So, hi, do you have me an X-type heavy cruiser? That's a Federation escort, that's a destroyer guided. These things are rarer than something that is incredibly rare that I haven't thought up a good example for yet. Keep bombing the planet. Homeworld assault, exactly. We could go with the patrol, and we probably should have gone with the patrol given how long this episode has been going so far. But I enjoy homeworld assaults. And we are escorted today. Just quick check on this planet. Well, we all should be able to kill it. It's a PLPH-1, so no. No, we have no hope in getting through without friends. Luckily, we brought along the GCS Death Beast and the GCS Chromaticon. Chromaticon is still my favorite name for one of their heavy cruisers. Let's send the probe just as soon as we're able. We're also going to prep a Wild Weasel because you never know when you just might need it. We are, after all, a destroyer. Plasma torpedoes would ruin our day quite quickly. So just a single heavy cruiser. What does the fleet screen say? You are an FHAX, which very well could be a Mauler because I don't remember what Maulers are called in this game. I think it's P. Yeah, I think the Romulan designation for a Mauler is P. They've also got a light cruiser way off over there. She's an SBH-2, which tells me she's a heavy war destroyer. And you are equipped with all kinds of whatchamacallits. Let's see, probe, tell me everything that I need to know in order to actually destroy my enemies. 2 Fs, 2 Rs, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's much more what I thought it would be. Let's check out this planet. Are we running into the insane planet because it is a PLPH-1? No, it's not. It's just a normal one. So we will ignore it for now. It will fire at long range once we pass within a range of 100. But until that happens, it's just going to be us versus this heavy cruiser. I think we get closer to the Death Beast. Let's pick up some power. Also going to come in here. We're going to go a 5 and a 1 because I like to have a little bit of electronic countermeasure whenever I can. Now, of course, he's going to try and stop us from doing that, but we might have more power than him. Makes me wonder, does the Firehawk have like 50-something power, or is it down in the 40s like we are? That would be an interesting question to know, and also something I don't remember because we spent most of our time period in the Romulan campaign flying dreadnoughts, which is really weird when you stop to think of it, because every other campaign, we generally don't go super heavy battleship, except for that one. We went super heavy battleship and never fled from that. Whenever we could get a King Condor, we bought a King Condor. Whenever we couldn't get one, we were in a dreadnought of some fashion, because the Romulan dreadnoughts are amazing. I don't think I'm wrong in thinking that at all. Romulan dreadnoughts are flat-out amazing ships. Wonderful death machines. And he also has a pair of interceptors. Alright, the engagement has begun. He's fired his weapons, and he's cloaked. Okay, you're ruining my day just a little bit here. I'm going to come in here. No, I don't want to get anywhere near you, because you still have... Ooh, those plasma Fs got through. That's kind of terrifying. Are you coming for me? No, that's an angle to line up on him, isn't it? Please? Yes? Maybe? We're about to find out. Point blank range. Fire everything right on into him. So good shot right on in there. And firing a whole bunch of follow-ups just to see if we can't make sure he doesn't... He was able to well angle his shields there. I have to give credit to that captain. Well set up in order to defend against the pseudo-frigates on the follow-through. Oh, and I wasn't set to overload. If I had been, he'd be dead. Do we got this guy? We got this guy. Alright, on to the Firehawk, or whatever hawk. You are badly damaged, and I need you not to be badly damaged, because you have R-type plasma torpedoes. We're going to need them. So try not to die. We'll see what we can't do about helping you out with that, but seriously, work hard not to die here. We're going to need you. We're We're going to need them forward shields, which you don't have right now. Anything I can do, pick up a mine, and if you hit that mine while I'm in range, I can fire everything I've got at you. And I was able to weaken his shields pretty severely, but not take them down. We don't have our heavy weapons ready to go yet. I'm going to slow down a little bit more. I want them to actually be charging, because we need to be charging these heavy weapons as much as we can. He is almost ready to rock with his plasma F torpedoes. In fact, when I pass through him, he might be prepared. Yeah, they're about to be ready. Phasers only. And we need to stay right on his rear. Oh, he's right on top of us. Fire everything. Fire everything. And pick up the pace. We're going away. He's aiming at me. Oh, but he's fired a plasma torpedo at him. Interesting decision. I can't fault you for the decision. It's not terrible. Full 360 turn. Come on, come on, come on. Turn, turn, turn. Photon torpedoes. Proximity mode. Come on, photon torpedoes. Proximity mode. We pulled within range. Phasers, they're down. His shields are down. Just keep the fire going in constantly. So we'll have to wait again, see if we can't angle ourselves at a better time. That rear shield is the obvious target, because if we can get any hits on through, then it stops him from being able to do pretty much anything. Got an 85% chance of a high energy turn. If he decloaks here again, I will take advantage of that. We are a small, nimble little craft, and we will do everything that we can to deal as much damage as we can. So we managed to take out one of those interceptors when he did that. He's still staying in the cloak. Come on. Come out of cloak. We know you want to duel with us. He actually doesn't. He has no desire to get into an actual fight with us. He's like, if I can avoid that at all costs, I'm going to do that. High energy turn coming from the Death Beast. Not happy about that strategy. He's not decloaking. He's not dangerous right now. Come on, show me the rear angle. Oh, you little... There we go. Knocked open the shield anyway. Causing some more damage. About 8 points to get through. Still charging that heavy phaser. Oh, it just takes so much power. Are you coming out of cloak yet? Is my high energy turn going to fully regenerate by the time you figure out it's time to come out of cloak? Oh, maybe. Come on, heavy phaser. I want you ready to go. Took out another section of the shield. He's just getting absolutely mauled while he's staying under cloak here. Coming out of cloak. Come on, angle on the photon torpedoes. All weapons, engaged. Oh, photon torpedoes is set to now normal. One hit. More phaser follow-up. Slow down. We don't want to fall in front of him. We want to set up right behind him on his 6 o'clock where he can't actually hurt us. Because we've basically gutted out all of his stern-firing weapons. Come on, phasers. Just get involved here. Just keep firing. He's taking out the pseudo-frigate, and he's now turning to get an angle on us. But we got him. Oh, we got him good. Alright, maximum speed of time. Success in all its glory. He is, of course, going into a maximum 6-point ECCM. I would assume I'm going to follow him up on that. Just chase him all the way while I charge up my heavy weapons. What is the chromatic armor? You have 1 G and 1 F. That's not really great. Full speed on the ship. Our weapons are fully charged, so I will now sap from the budget to do other things and engage him from as close as we can, which is about a range of 20, I think. We'll slow down and figure it out exactly, but I also want to spread out the ship a little bit so I can come at you from different angles so you will not defend yourself all that well. That is the plan. It's a relatively good plan, and I think we can accomplish some great things doing that plan. Also, the further I get around the planet, the less he cares about me. Well, the less that they will get in front of me, and that's the main problem here. If other ships form up with me, then we have problems. I also do not want to be in a corner because that'll spread the damage between 2 shields. That's no good, and I need the best amount of firepower that I can get. Okay, turn around. Let's go do a nice little stop. Select the siege weapons. Actually, 2 proximity. Now select the siege weapons and stop. And fire the siege weapons. Slowly start to come in. Slowly. Very slowly. Show me how much power I have in the forward shield. 18.6. Excellent. That should survive 1 blast. As we slowly slide on in here. Oh, he's fired plasma torpedoes. It's not at me. Don't care. Continue to fire our weapons. We will knock down these shields in a couple of turns' time. Do not come over here. What are you doing? I am trying to knock down his shields on my own. Like, I think the AI is set to follow me, but you're just making my life more difficult. Did you know that? He's gonna make my life not work, is he? Like, this was a brilliant plan. I flew all the way around the planet in order to do this plan. And he's about to ruin it. Keep firing. If you fire your bloody plasma torpedoes, you might actually get through. Shoot them. There you go. All up and select. Because there's no way that... Yeah, there's no way the shields stay up after that. Excellent. So now we can just get involved with all of the weapons. Just continue to plink away. We've got 28 people that we've got to knock down from long range. This could take a little while. Show me the normal phasers. How are we doing here? Yeah, they are set to overload. But just keep firing. Fire away until he dies. Which he eventually will. So we've managed to completely knock out the shield, so we will win. That is a guarantee at this point. I mean, I suppose if he really wanted to, he could focus all of his firepower on us at this moment. I don't think he will. A decent amount of damage coming from those long-range shots in the R-type plasma torpedoes. The AI, of course, very afraid of getting anywhere near a planet, because it's worried that it'll crash into it, which I can't really fault the game for wanting to avoid blowing themselves up. After all, we do kind of need them to survive. Wow, this episode is going to run long. As if we can't get this done as quickly as possible. We do want to go home and check the shipyard once again for another ship. But if things keep running long like this, we may just have to end as soon as this episode ends. Well, this mission ends. Keep firing the plasmas. Well, photon torpedoes. I keep messing up plasma torpedoes and photon torpedoes in this game. I'm not sure why. At this point, I'm just holding down the key. It will fire the phaser capacitor every time it is even slightly charged. It's small damage, but it's damage, and that's the point. And fire all weapons. That's not a probe. How's he doing? We've knocked everything out. Set the speed to 1, and let's just get closer and closer. The more accuracy we put on our weapons, the better. Eventually, we will crush him. Seriously, why are our phasers charging so quickly? There's something wrong with this, and I don't know what it is, but it is a concern. Set another probe. He still has those phaser 4s, which he's just not using. He's also 14 people, so I need to destroy 12 more boarding parties before I can really have a reasonable hope of grabbing this planet. There we go. Next barrage is going to have to be on normal because we're just going to be too close. Keep firing. All the phasers. All the weapons. If we fire them in sequence quickly enough, we might be able to get something done. 8 more boarding parties must be destroyed. And then we'll actually be able to beam onto a planet that has basically no opposition. Do you have anything left? You still have those phaser 4s, you're just not using them. Why? It really makes me worried, because if he really wants to, if he uses those phaser 4s on us, he will destroy us. Like, that is almost a guarantee. About to come within range now. Yep, we are now within standard weapons range. We cannot fire in proximity anymore. I managed to get some decent shots in on that one. Okay, he's down to 1, maybe 2 phaser 4s. Our forward shields can hold that. Oh, he's down on to 0 boarding parties. So now we just need to get within our range of 5.99. I think it was 5.99, right? Did we order a hit and run target? What? I didn't order a hit and run target. Just keep blasting it. I suppose if he doesn't have anything else left, then obviously the hit and run target's been destroyed because there's nothing to hit and run. So let's suddenly set away from him as our Marines have finished securing the planet. We have 10 Marines left on board, mainly because we do operations like this. There's nobody left, and the homeworld is ours. Now, obviously, we won't take it because the Empire defense is too high for that, but it's a step in the right direction, and it'll give us a pretty decent amount of prestige, which we can not get our ship from the shipyard because it's not there yet. 670 prestige is our reward for a job well done. Let's pop back to the planet. Hi, I'm looking for XCs. If you got anything in the XC category, I'm interested. If not, nope, not a thing. So that's where we're going to end our episode here today. Continue to blast away at the planet down to an Empire defense of 50, but it is indeed the homeworld of Romulus. We may want to try and recapture these 2 tiles just to make sure they can't break out. Anyway, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive notification every time I post one of these videos, press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.